All right, and we are live. 1 second. Oops. Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan, here from AORUS, and we're here with another episode of AORUS Plays. We're jumping right back into Outriders, the three-player co-op third-person shooter from Square Enix and People Can Fly. However, you may notice that things look a little different compared to where we last left off. I've actually been playing this a chunk on my own time, and I decided to come in not with my little level 7 Technomancer. This time I'm running a level 27 Pyromancer. So we're gonna see something a little bit more closer to the late game. I'm not quite at the expeditions, which is like the endless mode, but I figured it'd be a little bit of a change of gameplay instead of me just discovering every little mechanic for the first time, of being able to come in with at least a little bit more authority, kind of knowing a little bit more of what I'm doing. Shady J, so great to see you as always. PB Pro, so glad you could join us. Huey, I know. um, People were playing around with the camera in the studio a little bit, so I have to readjust it every time. Dusan, so great to see you again. So, yeah, so before we jump in here, because I do have the help of Antria and Alamer, which you guys who are on our Discord might recognize those names. A couple of our Discord moderators are super huge fans of this game. First off, we have this week's Power Borrowers that we have going on. So let's see what you guys have actually been up to this week. First off, starting with Steven Moreno. He did note that, yes, for this, the GPU is missing because this is a work in progress build. And I actually wanted to show this off for a very specific reason, because according to Steven, this was his very first build. So, Steven, for your first build, I think you're absolutely on the right path here. Everything is super cleanly put together, which is really nice. I believe because that's the C or not the case. I'm at the AIO. I believe that is the 360 up there with the 3 fans, and that's going to be and I think when this thing comes together, it's going to be really nice to see. So Steven, if you are watching, I do want to see more of this build, so make sure to keep posting out photos of it. We here at the AORUS gaming community would love to see what you're going to be putting together with this, because unfortunately this is the only photo that he had. But if you guys want to show your own build, whether or not it's your first build or your latest monstrosity, make sure to post it up in the AORUS gaming community on Facebook and help me out with the hashtag powered by AORUS, just so I could find it. Even then, on our communities on both Facebook as well as Discord, we would absolutely love to see what you guys are putting together in terms of PC builds, because as a part of AORUS, we are a group of PC builders here, so we want to see what you guys are putting together. So make sure to post those photos up, and we would love to be able to talk about them here on the show and on Friday for AORUS TV. So moving on from Joshua De Los Santos, he actually posted up this right here. Unfortunately, it's a little bit zoomed in, which I know he has this one as well. He was playing a lot with the RGB, actually having a lot of fun with the little screen that you see on the GPU. And I really like this because it's one of the more open cases, at least from what you can see. I don't know the name off the top of my head. Leon Lee, okay. I had a feeling it was a Leon Lee, but I didn't know exactly what type. But with these more open cases, being able to just blast the RGB on those fans, to me, always looks really nice. This isn't. If there's one theme this week, it is that I am putting out bounties on more photos of these, because Joshua, what you have going on so far looks great. I know a lot of the Leon Lee cases do look really good, and they do have plenty of space for those thicker 30 series cards. So Joshua, if you're watching, please post up more photos of this beautiful build up on our Facebook, because I know we here at AORUS, as well as the community, would love to see it. Dusan Parker giving it a 9 out of 10 with Purple Haze. I totally agree. I love RGB fans like this. I know I work at AORUS, so I probably like RGB. I might be a little bit biased towards it, but To me, the RGB fans are the kind of thing that they just take a build from something that might just be mostly black or mostly white to just this absolute spectacular display of color. So I'm always a huge fan of that. So Joshua, thank you so much for sharing this. And finally, Tomas, Tomas Taka, if that's how you pronounce it. If I'm mispronouncing it, I'm so sorry. Showing a little bit here of him actually playing Warzone on one of the Gigabyte monitors and having his build up there on the shelf, which I believe is actually one of the newer AORUS cases. Yep, it is the C750, which you guys can finally see how a build does look kind of all together. Which this is a 100% AORUS build, and I think it came together really nicely. The one thing is yet again, this is probably the closest photo that he posted of it. So Tomas, if you're watching, you as well, let show your work to the class, please. I would love to see more of this, especially with that case, because it came together brilliantly. So I think you guys did a great job this week. I just really wish that we could see more of it. Cake from above saying that cable management. Now that I crane my head over to the side a little bit and look a little bit closer, that is true. Tomas, if you are watching, there are definitely some ways to improve this. But that being said, cable management's one of those things where the more time you put into it, the better it is going to look. Cake, if I showed off my own PC build here, you would know that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. My own cable management is atrocious. New patch incoming. I'm happy to hear it, man. I really do hope that you are enjoying the master. And funnily enough, new patch incoming. We want to see that build. If you can, post it up in our Discord, post it up in our Facebook. We would love to see what you managed to put together, especially with the Norse Masters, since we don't always have the pleasure of being able to see one of those. As well as that, as some of you guys, such as a new patch incoming, I don't know exactly which AORUS Master it is, but there's a really specific reason why we're doing Outriders, more Outriders, not just because I think it's really fun, but because we actually have an extra chance for you guys to get a hold of this game. 2 weeks ago when we were playing it, I was bringing up that if you had the pleasure of owning one of our 30 series laptops, you can get a free copy of Outriders. However, if you also have one of our 4K monitors, we're also giving out codes to Outriders to members of the AORUS Club. If you guys want more details, I have it here. Sorry, it's the AORUS monitors or the motherboards. So you guys actually have a lot of chances in order to get yourselves a free copy of Outriders. If you do own one of our, why is it not posting up? Come on. Thank you so much, Flemmy. I'm trying to get you guys the code here. Let's see if I can do that. And sorry, I have to post it to all the different channels individually because Restream's getting a little funky. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the gameplay here. I got a side quest all queued up, which was actually one of my favorite firefights in this so far as we go through this pretty grim desert village. All right, so you guys ready? Now all the formalities are out of the way. All right. That is correct, new patch incoming. We actually are trying to give away more copies of Outriders. So go ahead and click that link there and make sure and check it out. See if you have one of the eligible models. There we go. All right. So unlike last time, I am playing the Pyromancer here in Outriders, which I've been having a load of fun with, because I like to just make things explode. Speaking of explosions, though, I am going to be supported by 2 Technomancers. And I realize I did make a mistake graphically here. I forgot to turn off motion blurs, so I do apologize. Bullets, if that is one of our 4K monitors, then yes, I believe you can claim a free copy of this. Especially for if you join the AORUS Club. Which, if you or your friends do have this, I would highly recommend it. This game's a lot of fun cooperative. Dusan, that is really odd. I will make sure that we look into that because, well, I'd hate for you guys to miss out on this. There we go. Getting in here. Oh! Alright, we got a boss throwing down a lot of artillery. And...
Picking them. Oh yeah, boss here.
Yep. I'm trying to get rid of some of the ads real quick because they like to
freeze him.
Yep. Because playing this solo, I kind of noticed that getting rid of the ads was really nice to do. Oh yeah, that's way easier with a bunch of all these turrets. What the heck?
No chance.
It's Ghost. You actually got one of our AOs. I'm really happy to hear that. You should also be posting up your build on Powered by AORUS so we can talk about it. Because I love AIO coolers. To me, visually, they're just kind of cheating. And that they just look so good.
Especially once people start getting their hands on the X series AIOs.
Absolutely. I am super excited to start seeing those show up on the AORUS gaming community. So for those of you guys who are unfamiliar, for example, if you haven't seen the last episode, Outriders is like if Gears of War and Diablo had a baby. You know, there is like a full, there's a full looting system. You are changing weapons relatively frequently. As you can see down there in the center, I do have three abilities that are very customizable based on the armor that you wear. Okay, it's this way. And kind of the layout of these maps really reminds me of like Path of Exile or Diablo. Oh, there's enemies.
Enemies.
Yep. Have they fixed the snipers yet? I don't like the enemy snipers. Because I know a lot of people on the forums were wondering if this was how mean the snipers were supposed to be. All right, let's go ahead and get that living bomb going. Because I could use it twice.
Even worse when you get the elites that are a sniper. They have pretty much instant lock on.
Yep, I've encountered a couple of them before, and they're not fun. But I love being able to cast this twice. BB Pro talking about on his AIO. On his AIO, he does have he does change up the image quite often. That's correct. He's usually one of the first people to wish the gaming community happy holidays with a with a suitably festive AIO image. Oh my goodness, all these melee people. Those do a lot of damage, unless you set them on fire, or just. So I'm guessing both you guys are running the double turret build?
I am. A triple turret.
Oof.
Two eyes and one top.
Yeah, because when I was playing this solo, me being the only thing they focus on means I can't... Like, when I was playing solo, I could not just stand out in the open like this. And here's like a million turrets just doing all the work for us. But PB Pro is one of the very kind people on the AORUS gaming community, the AORUS gaming community on Facebook, which both of them, as well as Discord, which Antria and Alimer, my two lovely assistants, are actually the moderators on, or well, some of the moderators on. They're always willing to help you guys out if you have any questions, especially, for example, like some of the builds that we had featured on Powered by AORUS today were people's first builds, and they actually posted them up to ask questions. Turn off motion blur, because I know that via stream some people hate this. There we go. It doesn't look quite as fancy, but I'm also not going to make our audience puke, so...
Most people just hate motion blur as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always turn it off in any game.
As someone who plays What the heck? Sometimes the waypoints are a wee bit funky. Oh, see, yeah, we got to go back the way that we were before like all the enemies drew us up here.
Oh.
Yep.
That door.
Yep. Or on YouTube, thank you so much for posting that link. I'm actually going to copy paste it to everybody, just in case. Ooh, Shamos. Shamos, are you running at 3080? Ooh. In that case, I could definitely run this game. Because this game was very, very heavily features DLSS, I should say. So when I was running it on my own computer, personally at home, and actually playing around with a lot of the settings, I actually found out that the difference between running this on everything maxed out and running it on what do you call it? And running it on minimum, there's not that much of a difference. You know, I do only have a 2070 at home, so. Core Luck, if you're new, then I'm so happy you could join us. Which this is the gaming stream that AORUS puts on every single Wednesday at 4 o'clock, which I would be happy to see you guys here a lot more. And speaking of which, one of the other traditions that we do have, that's not correct, that is our monthly giveaway, which I believe we are still in April. So we are giving away one of 5 RGB GPU holders. So for your guys' chance to win, today's code is going to be Outriders Bundle with no space. So make sure to go to the AORUS Network website, which, hey, look, Nightbot just posted it up. Shady is always very quick. There we go. Me and Shady, great minds think alike right there. All right, let's do this. And that's going to get you extra entries because on every single one of our streams, we do have a secret code that goes out. And that's just going to get you guys more entries and more chances to win your GPU holder. Living Bomb is so good. Of course, here in the... Oh, you did? Alright. I should just be able to... Oh, okay, you just joined straight on me?
I will rejoin.
Okay. Because the matchmaking... for those of you guys who haven't played, the matchmaking in this game is really, really good. It's just... Like, you could tell that they did it from the ground up. It's really easy to use. No fuss, no muss. So, I always appreciate that. Yeah, though, I went with the build with that just spams Living Bomb. Because it's so easy to heal from it. It does everything. Look at this. It crowd controls. It heals you. It does way too much damage to enemies. You can even set off chain reactions with it. And just clear out entire, like, buildings. It's great.
You say Living Bomb is great, but, you know, so it's unadulterated amounts of turret and gun firepower, too.
Do the turrets actually have health bars? Like, can they draw aggro?
Yes, and yes.
Oh. See, that's why when I was originally playing with you guys, I did Technomancers, because I tend to like, you know, pet/turret builds. But then I decided to try something else out, and I fell in love with Pyromancer. That said, though, because of the bundle, we actually are going to be playing Outriders for a little while. Which means, if you guys really want... Currently, I'm trying to avoid the main story a little bit, because I know I'm relatively close to the end, and I don't just want to spoil, well, everything. If you guys do want me to pick up where I last left off, I have not touched that character. However, I believe by the next time I'm going to be playing Outriders, hopefully I would have beat the game and can show you guys the Expeditions mode, which, according to Intria and Alamer, is pretty awesome, actually.
And tough. Pretty tough, too.
So, in that case, I'm really going to have to... I'm really going to have to get better with my builds. When I was playing solo, I'll admit, I was dying quite a bit.
But yeah, once we do Expeditions, it will be really fun.
But the game is considerably easier with co-op. Let's go ahead and use the volcanic rounds there. Bring in more fire. Because I heal when things are on fire. Oh, I don't like you guys. Oh, come on. There we go. Nicholas, currently enjoying some more Outriders, which is being featured in our newest bundle. And as Corlick is asking, saying the game looks good. Like I said, I did play this on AORUS Plays 2 weeks ago, and then I immediately went home, and started playing it on my own. Let me check my Steam time. So far, I'm 25 hours into the game, and I haven't beat it yet. And let's see, with 2 AORUS Plays episodes, so far about 22 hours. Basically, you get a lot of what do you call it? You get a lot of bang for your buck in terms of money, especially if you get it for free in our newest bundle. Hassan, thank you so much for tuning in from Turkey. Just be careful about typing in all caps, man, or the bots are not to like it. The giveaway hasn't unlocked the ability to enter the code yet. Well, Core, it absolutely is on Steam. I'm gonna try and get the code issued revolved. Yes, Core, it is on Steam, and it's not one of those games that's like ported to Steam via its own launcher. No, it's fully on Steam. Actually, when we're playing right now, Alimer dropped out, and he just goes back on Steam like, okay, click, and I'm in. The game name is Outriders. It's supposed to be a place that we enter in the secret code for AORUS Plays /30. Kernabog, I don't think so, seeing as the 30th hasn't passed yet. So, unless you're a time traveler, I don't think you should have been able to enter that in yet.
Totally sus.
Yep. 4/28, yeah, that is today. I just sent a message, so hopefully it'll get resolved very, very soon. Oh. Sorry, I'm kind of having a brain fart right now because I have to walk and talk. But speaking of which, I do actually have a little bit of news based on that. Based on the next AORUS Plays versus AORUS TV while we're waiting to travel to the next zone. Unfortunately, next week, AORUS Plays will not be happening. Instead, we're actually going to be having a special episode of AORUS TV in order to show off something that, if you guys have been around in our community, you might have seen some news on. Make sure not to miss out because we're going to be having a very, very, very special first look that we're super excited to be able to bring to you guys. We were so excited that we couldn't get the that we couldn't wait the 2 days. So, all I can get is the Corluck says all I can get is the demo for now. Corluck, like I said, if you happen to have one of our 4K monitors, or if you have a I believe it's a Z590 in the bundle, you can get a copy of this for free, which for free this game is excellent. So, even then, I have a sneaking suspicion that this is going to be one of those games that you wait for a sale and you have the time of your life. So, keep in mind, People Can Fly, they've straight up said their goal for this was to have a game complete on launch. There's no DLC for this game. Right now, there's no planned DLC for this game, which is kind of surprising. So I think they're waiting to see what people want, which so far it's fixed across console, which they're working pretty hard on to try and do. All right, let's... It's so weird. With you guys here, I can more liberally use volcanic rounds, and it's not just my lifeline that I save for emergencies. Because the big armored dudes, that's what I always save volcanic rounds for. Instead, I could just sit back and be crowd control. refreshing. Because
your world tier up to our level.
you know, fair.
What
You
makes
guys
it real danger.
probably are. You guys probably are carrying me quite a bit, but you know, it lets me talk with our fans. Oh, I don't like the melee people. They do way too much damage. Core luck. Well, if you're new to PC, I would like to welcome you to the best medium for gaming. As someone who's been playing PC games for when did Red Alert 1 come out? Shady, I need you to do a Wikipedia dive for me. When did Red Alert 1 come out?
Probably around 95 or so.
I think so. That sounds about right. I was a wee baby Jordan. The beard was only half as long. Shady said 1996, so yeah, good guess. But
Yep, I played CNC since, well, the first one.
I know.
Red Alert 1.
I know. I wish.
So dumb.
Like I'm hoping some good stuff comes out from there.
Zahidi, I found another
November 22nd, 1966. Yep, that was so there's an AORUS trivia right there. Is that was my first PC game. So that would have been the first AORUS plays from my life. Man, if I could play the really old and awkward stuff that I really like, I would get what do you call it? Open RA on here and do some skirmish games. Which core luck, that's one of the benefits of PC gaming is people do their own remakes. You know, Abandonware's a thing.
A group of them working together, I think.
Because you got that too.
Yep.
Really want to one, you can just run the remaster.
Trying to protect us from that storm all alone. See if you can find any more.
Oh, AORUS on YouTube. Okay. Streaming Oregon Trail. I absolutely can do that, and I'm talking the original Oregon Trail. I recently found a website that does what do you call it? Let me double check real quick.
Like in a DOS simulation.
Yeah, it's a what do you call it? No, I need you for. Sorry, I'm trying to do this and manage equipment at the same time. It's not the smartest thing. What do you call it? It's like a browser version of DOSBox. So it's DOSBox minus the horrible things about DOSBox. Because I hate setting up DOSBox.
It's pretty much like a web VM.
Yeah. Do I have Twitch? Yes, Core Luck. We are on Twitch at AORUS Official. If we're streaming here on YouTube, I will also be on Twitch. And when we have our Friday show, I'm the one that moderates Twitch. So I'm usually the one making the dumb jokes.
And I'm usually the one poking fun at Howard, even though he has no clue.
Yeah, so Howard, if you are watching, and Tria's on our side. But yes, we can. You can watch from your preferred platform if you would like. I think there was only like one exception where we weren't on Twitch, but that was because we had two events going on at the same time. Otherwise, if we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch. If we're on Twitch, we're on Facebook. So, well, it's been a while since I used pump shotguns in this.
The things you get to show off of this game are the landscapes.
Oh yeah.
It does extraordinarily well.
Yeah,
actually.
people can fly. They really like their vistas. Can you give a link to Twitch? Oh, thank you so much, AORUS on YouTube. Helpful as always.
A game that has really good environment design. This is one for you for sure.
Yeah, that's why I that's why I didn't want to jump all the way back to the Technomancers, because this is like, what do you call it? Really showing off like ancient ruins in the desert, looking like super Mad Max.
Which is totally not great.
I know the previous area, you got like it was a jungle like maybe a week ago, and now there's like dust everywhere.
Right.
Trench warfare and then
Wasn't worried until you
Yup.
said that.
jungle.
All the turrets going out.
Hey, you should be a fan, Jordan. This is pretty much Imperial Guard style right here.
Oh yeah.
Ah, the day when we get to run Dark Side.
AORUS plays Dark Tide.
There's gonna be some good episodes.
I'm calling it. Yep, because
I'll do it for you.
I love some co-op games. That's probably one of the reasons why I've been having so much fun with this is because like sure I play Hunt Showdown. I used to play Siege quite a bit. Like yeah, there's room for competitive games, but for me, I love a good horde shooter, and you know, this is a really good horde shooter. While the AI on some of the enemies is very, very similar, like for example, you know, this rifleman is the same as the other rifleman that you'll see, they do tend to vary up their bag of tricks. Like for example, these guys, the Fiends, these raiders outside the valley that we're in, they throw smoke grenades, don't they? Or no, one of them threw smoke grenades. There's others that throw poison, so they try to give them a good chunk of variety, even in their same types. From the Fiends, these guys are shotgunners. They put up like a force shield, whereas others will drop like a grenade on when they die. So they did a really good job. How what core stream? Or core lock, I should say. How we stream on different platforms? That's quite easy. Do the magic of AORUS. I gotta get out of the habit of doing that. I always turn on volcanic rounds and then I change weapons.
Oh, that's gonna be good, Joe. Dark Tide, 40k, co-op, survival.
Yep.
Gonna have a field day with that one.
Oh, that was a good living bomb. Dude, with you guys distracting him, I can get up close and do what I wanted to do.
Do you think no Jordan leaked 10 episodes of that one? 10 plays straight at Dark Tide?
Oh, man. Oh, this is not a great position. Okay, maybe a decent position. Because I can heal myself very, very quickly.
I think it's the boss.
Oh, gotcha. Core Luck, you actually might see it. But the software that we use is Restream. And that's why we can come to all of your favorite platforms. Bring together all of our different groups. Adolpha Jeremy, hello from YouTube. So glad you could join us. We're playing some more Outriders. The game featured in not one, but 2 of our bundles. Alright, real quick. Oh, it's just regular armor. I got hooked on purples, but they cost the rare resources in order to keep upgrading. I just like the raincoat look of the assassin's armor, though. That's why I've been upgrading it, even though it's not necessarily the best thing I have. I'll admit that is one thing that I really hope they patch into this game is transmog. Yep.
So many people have been asking for it.
Yeah, because I'm a player that will die for good fashion. I know my character builds are probably garbage, but at least they look cool.
Oh, it's the lightning guy.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, I've never seen you before. Ow.
He's really strong.
Yeah, he seems like it. Let's not go in that big old beam right there. Alright, I need to get some health because he's wailing on me right now. He's just here in the corner. Oh, here he comes.
Snipe from afar. With my turrets. I'll freeze him.
Oh, my guns are close range. I don't know how smart I was because I was playing this game with a shotgun and an SMG, so I just had to get close to everything. Do I know something about the new game called Scavengers? Core Luck? I have not, actually. But I'm always interested in new stuff.
Don't even think I'm familiar with that one.
Right?
He's going to be frozen.
Yep. He's frozen, on fire, vulnerable, currently toxic, and let's just cover him in ash while we're at it, just for funsies, which also reduces his armor. This game loves
Doing
status.
like 30k a shot on him.
This game loves the status effects. Ow.
He's melting. I'll freeze again.
See, with multiple players, that directional shield is not nearly as bad because the shotgunners use it, and it's not fun. And with multiple people, we can see every particle effect under the sun going off on this guy.
He is there.
Hey, he's finally down. See if he dropped anything good. Sniper. Sniper. Dang it, it knows you guys like snipers. And I don't. I'll admit the little bit of zoom on the scopes in this game I'm not the biggest fan of. But that's because I see third-person shooter and I want the ADS time to be just
Another carbon,
instant.
Edie.
Describe it to me.
Alright. Oh. Oh well, when we get out of the cutscene, we'll go check out the chest.
I'd say the only new game news that I really saw today was the new Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition being the first game to officially require a ray
It actually
tracing
looks
card
like
as
a time
minimum
when
with
there
the
was
RTX
no
2060.
When
I'll-
the world prospered. When there was
Well,
balance in
I'm
Enoch.
gonna kind of hope that,
Invaded it? They stopped the anomaly.
Second.
Or is it just showing the time before?
I'm definitely gonna hope that we,
Either way, they
I'm definitely gonna hope that that's something that I can do because I love the Metro series. But
Just like it'll wipe
It releases super soon, and yeah, it'll be another new one, so that actually could be a really good one because apparently even from leaked things, it looks absolutely gorgeous with this new Enhanced Edition, ray tracing and everything.
I mean, Metro's always been kind of a looker in the graphics department, even back when it was a relatively indie game.
Yeah, now Exodus full out, and then add in ray tracing at the point.
Yeah.
Its minimum requirement is an RTX 2060.
All right, I'm gonna find a.
Oh, and it also adds, of course, full DLSS as well. It's getting that
Ooh,
100% as well. So full ray tracing, full DLSS,
I am
full out graphics for that new.
definitely excited for that. All right, gonna go back to the camp, and I think I had a couple of other side quests queued up. Because the side quests in this game are, they do have their own cutscenes and they are fully voiced. There's no just text box that pops up and says, you know, kill 5 pigs, which I always appreciate. And see, unlike the last stream, my truck also looks fancy. I got a bunch of stuff cobbled onto it. Not quite the terrifying dogs of that you guys have. And that thing's ridiculous.
You need the eviscerated native life form strapped to the hood. That's
You
what
know.
you're missing.
Just gonna scavenge some stuff real quick. I really like that. I really like that ability. Everything else. Dismantle. And show off the crafting system, which is the really big deal in this game. Because as you dismantle stuff, you get all the different materials that you use to really... I mean, it's a crafting system, but it's not like in a lot of other of the kind of Diablo-style games. So volcanic rounds. So what does it have on here? Oh, you know, it actually has the same thing, so I don't even need to modify that. I like that. Then you are going to get a thermal bomb. I think it was ash. Yep. There we go. And whoop, you and you. There we go. Cool. And Hi Peeps 549, I agree. The newer cars that have been coming out, I've been absolutely in love with them in terms of visual. In terms of the visuals of them, I should say. Let's see. You know what? I have this quest here, Unknown Presence. I'm willing to give that a shot. And we're actually going to have a little bit different of a view because we're going from the deserts in the middle of nowhere to well, to quite lush jungles. You know what, game? Sorry, I like to look at my armor too much. Like I said, in these games I have a problem. I die for fashion. Core luck for us, Restream has been an absolute lifesaver. I personally am too indecisive. I don't think I'd be able to pick favorites. All right, let's see. Real quick, let me track.
Another really good one for environments.
Yep.
A game that actually has gigantic trees.
Let me see. Is it her that?
Surprisingly rare.
No, he doesn't have them. Let us see. Oh. This way is to the start of wherever that quest was. This is one that I have not played before. But hopefully we'll have some pretty good firefights in here. Because for the most part, you're going to have fights versus the local wildlife, which is going to be a little bit closer to something actually like Painkiller, funnily enough. Where it's focused a little bit more about just kind of kite the massive swarm of enemies. And then you have human enemies, which tends to be more cover-based.
That'll get you killed around here.
So it's got a good chunk of variety.
This place is hell.
Then you have giant monstrosities where it's just avoid them like the plague.
Yeah.
Strange feeling serving a higher purpose. One has a sense of dread.
Or just set up turrets and run around, let the turret do the work.
Full lazy lord.
Who are you?
That's normally my go-to in a lot of these games, but I guess the Technomancer I wanted to play a little bit too aggressively, so I guess I could during this I could fill you guys in on the classes. There are 4 classes in this game, and they do play very, very differently. Although there is a good chunk of ability to do what you want in there. Like, for example, weapons are not restricted by class. So you have the... I'm currently playing the Pyromancer, which is all about setting things on fire. His abilities tend to be short to medium range. And their big mechanic is that if their target is currently on fire, you will heal from whatever damage you do to it. And keep in mind, that's any fire, not just what you cast, too. So sometimes you get a little clever with things like flaming barrels. Both of these two are playing the Technomancer, where their abilities cobble together random bits of junk into things that freeze people, toxify people, and explode. They're supposed to be the more supporty class, though they're pretty devastating in their own right. I put support in giant parentheses, because go figure, you can support things by just destroying enemies. And then you have the what's the tank one called? I can never remember it.
Devastator.
Yeah, Devastator. There you go. I keep wanting to say Crusher. So the Devastator is your close range tank. He just heals by being in proximity to enemies, right?
To them as well as any enemies that die near him.
Yeah. So if he's near enemies or enemies die near him, he's gonna get health regenerating from that, and he could do things like stop bullets like they're coming from the Matrix, and he gets a lot of cool abilities. Kind of more Earth-based as well, I believe, right? He gets some like seismic stuff.
Quake, sleeps.
Yep. And then finally you get the Trickster, which is going to be your source of time-stopping shenanigans. Super mobile, and they're all about doing damage up close. Hey, World Tier 8, there we go. Really quick, let me just immediately turn up the difficulty here. Because for some reason it didn't want me to auto-set it off. I know, I'm claiming rewards while they're doing all the work here. So, the difficulty system in this game, at first it was a little funky for me, but I've come to really like it, which is the world tier system. You can adjust the difficulty pretty dynamically, just turning the world tier either up or down. the higher the world tier is, the more goodies you're gonna get, which it was actually pretty dramatic. I was trying to tough it out even when I was soloing it at world tier 7, because that's when I noticed that regular enemies were actually dropping like purple and above. So it really does affect the quality and quantity of the loot that you get. And there's 15 tiers, isn't there?
Yep, 15 world tiers.
Yep, there's 15 tiers of enemies. Which yeah, so you do get a good amount of ability to kind of customize what do you call it? You know, how hard the enemies are hitting, because and Tree and Alamer, I'm sure right now are kind of breezing through this because I only had world tier 8 and they're like, "Oh, what a Jordan, what a peasant, we're at what was it, like 15 or 12?"
14, 15.
Yeah, so they just had it cranked up to the max.
The world tier goes up, enemy levels go up, difficulty goes up, so do item levels.
Corluck,
And drops too. Drop chances.
Corluck, I am going to give you my personal blessing in order to do that. However, just make sure to link AORUS Plays. we would love to have you hosting us, man. Which we actually do have other streamers that are a part of the AORUS community on Discord, and they do share all kind of helpful tips, like for example using Restream. So feel free to join up with that community as well. Because you have like we have Yomoku, we have Floofy Poofy, we have quite a few streamers. We would love to have you on board.
Hey, Wanderer. So, girl broke your heart, and now you're out here living like a hermit, so nobody can ever hurt you again? That kind of thing?
No one hurt me. I hurt them. I hurt all of them.
Who'd you hurt?
Doesn't matter anymore. They're all gone now. I'm the only one left to remember.
Also, while this is a Diablo-style game, so it's not necessarily, it doesn't have as big of a narrative focus as something like what do you call it? Like a BioWare RPG. I've actually really been enjoying the story myself too. Like most of my time spent in this was solo, and I was having a perfectly fine time. Which a lot of co-op focused games might have some trouble with that, but this one certainly didn't. Partially because of that tier system. It was incredibly adaptable. Now, granted, I couldn't, because I wasn't playing with these two, I couldn't always just crank up to the maximum. I kind of had to hold back for a little bit, which was a bummer, but yeah, still.
Yeah, like this guy right here we just downed. If we were at least world tier 12, he'd be easily able to two-shot us.
Oh, probably. And so I'm guessing
That's
it's...
probably. That's actually what happens with that one.
So I guess it's going to rely a lot on using the fact that your roll gives you some really nice iframes, which I appreciate.
Where'd the Gallery come from?
You really need to dodge once you get up.
Yep.
And why did you ask for my help? You have powers you could have...
That's why I found a mod that when you after you dodge, I think your damage jumps up, and I was like, yep, I'm going to use that a lot.
The heart of the darkness pulse.
I've got so many boosting ones, like even for your build, any kill shot I get, you're getting like almost 4,000 anomaly power.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I was noticing Living Bomb was hitting so hard.
I think I'm giving you armor on kills.
Yep. Yeah, so while even the Technomancer, like the support class, isn't the most supporty thing on the planet.
Can be, because it's not a heal.
Yeah, you can do your mods to make it so you maybe have a little bit less of a benefit, but you're sharing it with all your friends. Because I've noticed a couple that they'll heal nearby friends, they'll give armor to nearby friends. And those ones, I imagine, if you have a full team running those, I'm guessing they're going to be pretty powerful.
They don't stack, but I mean, if you have each of the different types, then they're certainly solid.
I just mean because they'd be going off a lot more often. Shots link up to 4 enemies. Ash shotgun. I do like my shotguns. And that's a very powerful shotgun, so.
Hey, Wanderer. Do you know anything about this big gate?
The And then you just have all these hidden chests around here.
Hey, congrats, Corluck. I'm happy to hear it.
Satisfy my curiosity.
Curiosity is arrogance. Curiosity is what brought us here.
I'm pretty sure survival brought us.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it was desperation, because wasn't it like, this is the last thing that we have? Like,
Turned everything else to ash.
yeah, though, for a game like this, I think my, I think when my main complaint is I want there to be more of it, I think that's a pretty good, thing to have.
They are open to DLC and expanding it.
Yep.
If the demand's there.
Kernabog, I cannot say for certain. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be extended to the B550s. So, I believe there may be more models of monitor that will be showing up there, but I can't say for certain. All right, let's see. Prepare the truck. Let's see, historian. Yeah, so I have historian quests. I have hunter. Let's see. You know, we could do some more. What do you call it? The hunter quest and get some more boss fighting in there. Even though you guys might make that a little easy.
The quest where you actually have the convoy traveling with you. Because I've been curious if in co-op you actually get all 3 trucks.
Oh. So yeah, the only one I could think of would be the there's the main quest where it's traveling with you.
It's pretty much always main story quests.
Yeah.
You have parts where you travel along with it.
Yeah. I remember a couple of them.
You do see all convoys travel with you.
Oh really? If you do those co-op, that's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because a big part of it too is basically your banner, which you know is your checkpoint, and your convoy. They kind of become a mark of your of your achievements in the game. They're purely there for swagger. All right, so yeah. See, I've barely discovered like anywhere in this part. Because I remember this part was just big sandstorm goes up, go to fire, people getting kidnapped, bad things happen. This part of the story got very, very Fury Road.
This game has a good story, honestly.
For a Diablo style game, it's pretty good. Yeah, I was actually enjoying it quite a bit.
It continues after the credits too, like with the expedition.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Oh yeah, my
Could
little
get that
checkpoint thing.
convoy part, but we'd have to push the main storyline just a bit further from where you're at.
You know what? Guys, if you're watching in chat and you're like, I desperately don't want spoilers, then make sure to let me know in the chat, because I always hate that sort of thing, and I don't want to lose you guys. That said, since Alamer and Tria know where I am, is there going to be anything like really huge coming up? I just didn't want like the credits to roll for like 5 minutes in.
Not credits, but I suppose kind of big reveals somewhat, although you need to be following the story to even understand that.
Yeah.
So like you'll get it, but
Oof. That's a tough call, because I'm usually the first one to turn off streamers if they start giving spoilers.
Yeah, I hate spoilers too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I unfortunately don't know.
keep rocking.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm tracking that. Hey, there we go. I'll check my
Expedition
thing.
doesn't really spoil though. People could like.
Oh yeah,
check it
that's
out.
that's why I wanted to try and get to Expeditions, but I didn't have quite enough time to get there. Because the part from the story that I just caught to, I was like, oh okay, cool, this is the end. Oh no, it's not. and I kind of did want to run off and enjoy my birthday weekend, which I definitely did.
Awesome.
And you even came back Monday to birthday messages for you.
I know. The AORUS Discord community is, I mean, if you guys who are watching, I love you guys. Like, it was really neat, like, coming in and seeing that.
Hey, didn't expect that one, huh?
Oh, won the B550. I was gonna say Kernabog. I was like, if the fact that you won it, if that was going to being what's holding you back, I would still kind of ask about that. You might be able to register it, but if it's, unfortunately, if it's not, oh, whoops, historian, like we could do it. I need to go back and turn all those in because the historian is just gonna just throw items at me.
And you actually get to see what those old Earth artifacts you are that you're finding.
Yeah, because there's a couple of them that I was like, oh, that's really neat. When you first meet the historian, you're just like, I have a pen, and she freaks out.
Yeah.
Still has
Yep, still has ink. There we go. Yeah, so if you guys are very familiar with your dungeon crawler style games, the layout of the maps is going to seem really familiar because you go into little kind of side areas, and that's where the what do you call it? That's where the fighting happens. So it's not truly open world. High flying, Ernestus, I'm guessing you meant to say high flying Aurus. I appreciate it, man. Which I guess I'll put out yet another reminder in case you guys did miss it. Today's code, I can use this new shotgun. Today's code for today is going to be Outriders bundle with no space. And that's going to get you even more chances to win one of 5 RGB GPU holders that we are giving out this month.
totally sure the code wasn't, hey, I can use my new
High flying Aurora. Huh. I don't know what hashtag flying Aura means. Yeah.
Can't say I know either on that one.
Yep. Man, the big problem with the automatic shotguns is you just run out of ammo so quick.
Yep. They munch through them really fast.
But I like them.
That's why you need the Brain Eater mod.
Yeah, probably. I did have one that was if you get a killing blow with the shotgun and it's below, below I think like 30% of the magazine, it instantly refills. That was very fun.
Brain Eaters quickly become one of my favorite primaries. Just
So
every
does
crit
it?
not consume ammo?
Oh, so you keep the ammo in the magazine?
That and Technomancer because I have the mods for the toxic rounds.
Oh yeah.
Or 30% a clip per kill.
I remember the last time we were playing this, we were saying, I really hope they added new weapon types. That's probably the one thing is that while the mods for the weapon types themselves are really cool, I'll admit, like, they need more than just assault rifle, SMG, pump shotgun, automatic shotgun. Like, no, let's see some grenade launchers, like stuff like that, right?
More than your standard fare.
Yeah, like, hell, I want a crossbow, right? Like a crossbow, like lever action rifles. Let's see, big chonkin like anti-material rifles.
What was that weapon from Doom? BFG?
Yes.
Whatever.
I could see that being like tied to abilities, but yeah, that was the one thing is that the weapon type seemed a little restrained. Which is a bummer because the mods are so crazy. Like, oh hey, I now have a submachine gun that randomly calls down lightning on enemies. Like, that's awesome. But I want it on a crossbow.
Target that literally shoots out lightning.
Yes. Like, that was the one thing is I felt the main weapon types were a wee bit restrained. Which is kind of a bummer because the variety of everything else was just excellent.
Yep, weird too when you think about it. Since they made Gears of War 1, how wild those guns were.
Or God, Painkiller. I mean, it just like the weapons were ridiculous in that. So that's the one thing is if they do come out with more content, I kind of hope it is other weapon classes.
Or all the trench warfare not having a chainsaw attached to your gun.
Yeah. Actually, with the gameplay for this, I am kind of shocked that there's not melee weapons. Corlock, you play War Thunder. All right, I gotta ask, ground forces or ground forces or airplanes? And if so, what nation? Well, Core Luck, next stream is normally it would be Wednesday at this time. However, next Wednesday, due to a product announcement, or I should say a product first look, we are switching things around. So that means that next Wednesday is not going to be Oris Plays. It's going to be it is going to be Oris TV, which is, since you're new, it is our tech talk show. Oh well, Core Luck, I don't know how into the meta of War Thunder you've gotten, but I will tell you, as USA, learn to love to dive. Because you'll quickly find that Japanese fighters will outturn you, Germans will outshoot you. Magna Rock, I absolutely will be doing Oris Plays the week after. This is just temporary because of that first look. I need to mute my Discord. There we go. Oh, you know who you are that just got me like smacked in the face by a giant bird. You should have known I was streaming. You know, it's been a while since I fought the birds. They don't show up that often. And they don't like being set on fire.
Or ice.
Like freezing things and they just sit there in midair.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, luckily this is a... or yeah, when you cover them in ash. Well, Core Luck, it's been a very, very long time since I've played the airplane aspect of it, so my information might be hideously out of date, so don't take it to heart. I don't know nothing about nothing. But I'm willing to make... But I'm willing to sound like I know what I'm talking about, and more importantly, laughing about it, so... At least I think I've been relatively, like, on the nose with how things are in Outriders. Although, yet again, most of my experience is playing solos, so encounters like this would be a lot more backpedaling, where with 3 people, we're just trucking through this. Like, I'll admit, I'm not using my abilities nearly as much as I was when I was playing solo. It was every time something was off a cooldown, like, get it out there, heal up. Ooh.
Yeah, we just needed you to be about 6 world tiers higher.
Yeah. So so I did just level up, which is going to show every class does have a skill tree, which is kind of how you customize your class even more, giving various passive bonuses, which this may not be super useful right now, but for solo play it's going to be awesome. I get a free respawn. Woo! I just got Phoenix. So I feel like, especially with you guys saying that expeditions are quite difficult, that's going to be that's going to be pretty useful, being able to get a second chance.
For sure.
The expeditions have 15 tiers of their own as well in scaling.
Oh, really? So it's they scale in a completely separate track to the main game.
Yep, they have their own
Ooh.
scaling system.
So, you know, I almost wish, is there a, because I know that a lot of people do like this, is there a New Game Plus? Can I, you know, after the, okay, there isn't, so after the credits roll, I can't just say, like, reset all of the quests and let's go?
I mean, you could redo them.
Oh yeah, because you could reset, because, yeah, when you load into the game, you say just where on the main story you want to be, huh?
Yep.
Okay, so...
You could, like, and do it with the new world tier.
Yeah, so, yeah, I was just about to say, a combination of that and world tier is your...
Basically your pseudo New Game Plus.
Yeah, and because your tier, because loot's always kind of scaled to you, but the world tier would affect the frequency of that loot, I should say, and the quality of it.
Drop rate.
Yep.
The quality. Drop.
World tier, even if you plan a lower one, each one does permanently increase the maximum level of gear you can wear.
Yeah. And obviously, with more people involved, the body count increases quite dramatically, which leads to this just being an absolute mess. But I'm someone that plays Warframe, so I'm used to just particle effects everywhere, and still kind of being able to tell what's going on. Ooh, I'm seeing some purples popping up. I do like that you can just hold H and it automatically loots everything. Really good for the lazy. Let's see. So I do have two. I got two of the exact same assault rifle. Oh, but with different mods though. Killing frozen enemies makes them explode. That's tough to make use of. What about you? So I like my shotgun, but I will save that because I actually really do like the ultimate damage link. Voodoo matchmaker. Super good. However, though, I am going to, when we go back to camp, I'm going to modify those gloves because they have a mod that is super duper good. Extra 20% damage against people inflicted with burn, and I'm the character that makes everything burn.
That's a good one.
And that's just free damage. I mean, especially if you use volcanic rounds, because then your bullet just, your bullets just inflict burn. Bag Rabbit, one immersion breaking thing Nintendo knows is who resupplies these chests full of resources for others to use. I don't know. Future self-resupplying chests, maybe.
They grow inside chests.
Yep. Real quick.
It's like all we got right now are stacking buffs like that.
Thermal bomb. Okay, so I have can use a second thermal bomb. I said I'm going to try not to inventory manage too much, but I'm going to kind of lie because I got some really cool upgrades coming in right now. Because, like...
Especially once you really get up, you're going to hold on to gear that just happens to have the mods you need more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
It's
absolutely.
So hard to replace gear later on because your mods are so critical.
Let's
it's
see.
part of the fun of the game to actually play around with your
Oh, yeah.
mods and
Totally is.
the gear.
Let's see. I'll stick with this for now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and plug in a quick mod. And then we'll at least get started on the next main quest for what time I have left today. So, I needed thermal bomb twice. Yes. There we go.
We'll leave a bit farther, then we might get to see the convoys actually rolling together, the trucks.
Yep.
That'd definitely be the one I like to see if they add in more content to this game, a repeatable mode where you actually have the trucks with you.
Yeah, that would.
Like escorts or something.
I mean, you see this game and you're just like, oh, it's Mad Max, and you want it to be Mad Max. So.
There's so many parts where the trucks are literally with you.
Yeah.
There
we go. Dismantle all this stuff. Is there actually an inventory limit? Because I've never hit it. It's very generous.
Yeah. You can see it. It's if you just look at your inventory, like top right of your weapons and all, you'll see the slash out of 30.
Oh, okay.
30 weapons and then 15 of each.
Okay, so gotcha. So yeah, the inventory limit this game is very, very generous, which I do appreciate. All right, so here we go. Going to the unknown region. Ghost of M, so glad you could join us. Playing more Outriders. Going into the middle of nowhere. Driving through the desert, you discover a column of destroyed military human vehicles.
Yes, there it is.
Someone else has been here. Hey, yeah, so you do see all three trucks. Well, wait a minute. If I have all these characters in here, then who's driving the other trucks?
Copies of them.
Oh, okay.
These are our trucks, but none of our expeditions made it out of the forest alive.
How is this even possible? If they came from the forest, they're going the wrong way. No. Look closer. This isn't us. The enemy, then?
Oh my god. Is that some kind of fuel cell? I've never seen tech this advanced before.
You know, they did say that Earth was dead, so is this the second expedition from Earth? If it isn't, don't say. But
Whoever they were, they
Jordan
lost.
already going his single player enjoy the story mode there.
Yep, a little bit.
We can't stay here. China. We need to find shelter. We head for those rocks.
kind of a neat looking tank.
Only we could use them though.
I know, I want a tank.
Yeah, something weird about it.
It's so good though, even in co-op you get all three.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Customizations and all.
Yep, there's the AORUS Plays convoy right there.
Those weren't insurgents. Whoever drove those trucks there were
Put in the fuel tanker with a completely unnecessary high explosive fuel tank.
I think me and me and Alamer are rocking the missile launchers.
It's actually mine.
Oh, is it?
That one.
I have the tank. I
got
supply
the-
both of you guys.
Oh, I think the order's jumbled up because I think yours will always be in the front.
I rock the eviscerated native life form strapped on the hood.
Yeah, see on mine yours is in the back. So yeah, so the order I think the order's jumbled up no matter. So yours is always heroically leading the way. Because the second we hit the desert, I repainted mine in an appropriate tan.
Enemies.
Hey, I was just saying you didn't see the birds that often. And here they are.
Once the trucks start get rolling again, you can just run along with them.
And they're dropping delicious loot for us too.
It's crazy once you get up to the higher world.
Oh, I can imagine. Like I bet just purples just go flying everywhere.
Pretty much, yeah, actually.
Nice.
Purple would be
So
the
hard.
normal drops.
Because it's so hard to replace anything.
Yeah,
You just try to get an upgrade.
because at that point the item strength probably doesn't matter as much as the mod setup on it, huh?
The mods are absolutely make or break.
Oh man, that's a lot of berserkers charging down. Come on, come off cooldown. There we go. That'll clear him out. And that's why I like having 2 casts of Living Bomb ready.
These are all the stacking buff and effect mods I have.
Oh yeah. Hey, there's a little chest here by this campfire. Despite what Karnabog says, I appreciate the chest refilling, because there's more stuff to loot.
Has August said anything helpful?
Here we go. Here come our trucks. Because yes, they are animated in this game.
So if you guys get this game in this bundle, you could find out exactly who these people that are talking to us. And like I said, for a Diablo-style story, it's great. Like, in the kind of looter shooter, like dungeon crawl sort of game, the story doesn't always get the highest priority that something like like a BioRPG would get, like a Mass Effect. But no, they did. It's a perfectly solid job.
I found a place we can lay low. Channa, bring everyone in.
Oh, this part actually, we get some really good firefights.
Ooh. Be good for the last, I don't have too much time left, but hopefully enough time for a good firefight.
I didn't think we'd make it out of that storm.
That's no storm. Look, there's someone out there.
Oh, man.
The son of a bitch that killed Jakub? Man, you're really good at pissing people off. This fuck's not letting this go. Neither am I. Next time I see him, he's dead.
You guys could find out exactly what the heck is up with that guy if you play this game yourself.
Some kind of outpost.
Oh, yeah, I could already see that this is going to be a good firefight.
I can use it to trace this.
Because they get really good as the game goes on. Like, at first I was like, okay, it's a couple of shotgun guys in a trench, but like the moment where in Trench Town where you go over the top, I thought was pretty neat. That was
Yeah,
definitely
when you actually went the full-out trench assault.
that was one of those moments where I was like, I want more of this. I mean,
Actually, really well done, that trench assault.
yeah. Just yet again, like how bad of a complaint can be from a game if your main complaint is I just want more, like, because they did a great job with, like, this is just an assault rifle, but it's really fun to use. This is just a shotgun. It's really fun to use. I want to see them go nuts.
Just be guiding us on best guesses.
Because I know that the makers, People Can Fly, have done some really crazy stuff. Also, I noticed on the flag of these tanks, there's some sort of face. Oh god, who is it from? It reminds you of the, what do you call it? The Confederacy from StarCraft 2.
Meng's face all over everything.
That's what it looks like. It looks like Mengsk. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not going to be just as nefarious as that whole deal. You know what? Let's cover these people in ash and heal from them. That's right, Marco. I'm all about setting stuff on fire and, well, making them do that. The Pyromancer keeps their enemies warm for the rest of their lives. They're a giver, really. Yeah, no, my build was all about spamming Living Bomb because I quickly found out it kind of just does everything. I mean, it stuns enemies, it interrupts bosses, it puts a dot on them that can do some hefty damage. It's just great. Oh, hey, use the tank.
At least it's obvious now where those feral aliens got their weapons from.
It has to make you wonder. If we had enemies like these ferals on our side of the gate, would we have been too busy to start fighting each other?
I don't like him asking that question because it makes me think he's gonna go nuts and be like, well, if we just release the ferals, then that'll end the big horrible war. By bringing in an even bigger and more horrible war. Like, this game's actually, the story's actually had some pretty grim moments. Like, you can definitely tell it's by the guys who, you know, wrote Gears of War. Doesn't have the most positive outlook on the future. Alright. Go ahead and get those fire rounds going, especially because they got some big boys coming in with those machine guns. Wow.
Characters are very bitter.
Yeah, no, this game is... This game did have a very, does have a very bitter tone to it. I mean, humanity has fled a dying Earth, so it's kind of far from, you know, just boldly going where no man's gone before. But I know for some people, like, that's, you know, that's an element of sci-fi they can really like, so. Oh, I don't like shotgunners with a shield. Ah, I love you, auto loop button. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what Square Enix and People Can Fly do with this game, because while they said they wanted it to be a complete package, at the same time they got a solid little base for a game here. You know, there's a lot that they can add to it, right? Like new chapters or, heck, even a prequel story. Also, many of the complaints on the Steam page do mention things like stability, which, based on just what I've been playing this week, it's been getting patched a lot. They were quick to fix up what issues they had.
Most of the issues
are cross-console now, right?
From the DirectX 12 implementation of it.
Gotcha.
That's where most of the
They
issues have
fixed
been.
that too.
That's
Even that's been heavily fixed. I mean, there are still like load crashes sometimes, but most of the issues were from the game's DirectX 12 implementation.
yeah. The game has not been out for very long, and they it was just immediately all hands on deck. You know, 2 weeks. Let's get almost all the major crashes fixed up. Because yes, when I was playing this on my own, I did have some issues with crashing, and then I played it this week, coming back from my little weekend off, and it works fine. So
I'm currently on DirectX 12 and
There's a
haven't
pile
had
of
any
reports here.
crashes or problems.
yeah,
I've been
I
playing it the whole time I played this game, well, since the demo, because the demo didn't have the X12, but since launch, I've just always been on DirectX 12.
They established this fort
For
as
me,
a
it's been
base to
fine since
send
they've
out
really
scouting
rolled out their
parties,
fixes.
trying to track the ferals down.
Yeah. So if you guys are seeing this game and you do see some of those reviews on Steam,
Monroy appears
be willing to give it a shot, I'd say, because it's they're pretty dedicated to making sure that yes, when you buy it, you have the game. Because I know that there's some of you guys out there that are a little frustrated with games by a service, and apparently so was People Can Fly. I mean, the fact that they released a demo, that's the most old school thing ever. Oh, that was a good Ash burst right there. No,
People really getting used to near every single game being a game as a service these
Yeah.
days.
like they didn't want a season plan. I appreciate that. So if you are paying full price for a game, they want to make sure you get that full experience. I think so far the only microtransaction is if you want to buy the little pre-order pack. That's it.
waiting for your run.
So
Which was a pre-order thing. Anyway.
exactly, right? Like that, that fair. That gets
That's really loud.
that gets a pass from me. I think.
Boss.
Whoa, that's a lot of. Oh yeah, doing this with you guys, there's a lot of enemies. All right, when in doubt, just set everything on fire. Oh yeah, Marco, I'm playing the class that's all about burning stuff. Now, granted, this moment was just made for you guys because because you have all the turrets.
This part was really tough when I did it the first time.
I can imagine. Oh. Wait, shots on enemies afflicted by status condition. Oh.
You got the status spreader.
Yes.
That'll mean you're Ash or whatever else.
Yes. Why, yes. I'm glad I'm not the only one that saw that. All right, time to really start setting things on fire. You're on fire. You're on fire. Everybody's on fire. Everybody's healing me.
Got one of my side weapons. It's one of the tier 3 mods.
Oh yeah, I need to find
Them, and it just causes them to float up in the air for a few seconds.
I need to find a better version of this proliferation. That is a great mod. Whoa. Hi.
And if you hate reloading, Brain Eater is amazing.
I might, because that's actually kind of one of the problems I've had with shotguns. I had to use my Phoenix, which, I just got it. But, hey, it's good for streaming, because then Shady doesn't make fun of me for dying. Oh, there I go.
Yeah, the crossbow incident. From your pal spam a lot there last
Oh, yeah. No, but the rest of that round went really good, though. Oh, I'm glad you guys weren't watching, because last night on Hunt Showdown was just awful.
And by that you mean clip worthy for Twitch?
No. Well, there was like a couple of good gunfights, but a lot of it was just immediately just getting shot in the face. It's kind of a bummer. Marco, I definitely appreciate that it, while multiple players does seem to crank up the size of the health bars, they seem more willing to do enemy count, which I appreciate. Although looking at the time, I am running a little low on time, so I think next checkpoint I'm going to have to call it, unfortunately.
The hell's it supposed to be relaying?
We get episode 4 of this.
That's correct, actually. Because next week we are flipping the shows around. I believe I am going to be doing AORUS Plays on Friday, not on Wednesday.
How is it playing when I landed?
Yeah, we do that
How
then.
is that
By
even
that point,
possible?
you'll be able to get to the expeditions.
Yeah.
We can
I'm
focus those.
going to try and put in a little bit of time and see if I can get to expeditions and you guys can see the end game of Outriders, because while because while this is I mean, it's a full story. Like, I've spent 22 hours outside of AORUS plays on it, 25 hours in total with like a really small reroll. So it's a full single player story, and it also has what I'm being told is a very, very good endless mode. So yes, like, the game is good. I really enjoy it. And not just that, but we're giving it to you guys for free, which already, to me, this game is already a really good deal. For $0, you can't beat it. So, as we travel back to base really quick, so if you guys happen to have one of our 4K monitors, or if you have, let me double check the eligible models, because I start listing those off and see if I can catch any of your guys' eye here. So it would be one of our 4K monitors. That's going to be the M28U, the M32Q, the M27Q, the FV43U, which is brand new, and you definitely need to keep an eye on AORUS TV if you're interested in one of those. The FI27Q-X and the FI32Q. Any of those monitors are going to be eligible to get a code for Outriders, as well as that, as if you have a Z590, a B560, or an AMD X570 series board, we are giving out codes for Outriders. So make sure to check out the link, which, let me go ahead and put that up for you guys and find out about that, in order to join the AORUS Club and get yourself a free copy of this game, which is a ton of fun. For just signing up, it's an absolute, whoop, that's my bad. For just signing up, it is an absolute steal. So
for that, did you see the FI27Q-P? Was that one of them? For that special?
No, Q-X.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, we had someone in Discord who had a new FI27Q-P.
Oh, I'm sorry to say, it is the Q-X. It is specifically the 4K monitors. So, that being said, gentlemen, I had a ton of fun playing today. I'm definitely going to be playing this a lot more, because we are going to have more episodes of Outriders, specifically to highlight both of our bundles. Because if any of you are watching from one of our an AORUS gaming laptop, and you have a laptop powered by a 30 series card, I believe that can also get you a code for Outriders, because we would love for you guys to enjoy this game, just as a little thank you for choosing AORUS, especially with the with the Z590 motherboards. Those are pretty common. If you have a new motherboard from us, there's a good chance you could be playing this game for free. So that being said, also make sure to enter into the AORUS Network website, as Jeremy Boyer is putting up, or Shady J, I should say. Make sure to check out the AORUS Network website in order to put in the code Outriders bundle, which is going to get you just more entries for our monthly giveaway, because it is the end of April. I believe that this is the last code for April, and it's going to be Outriders bundle, and that's going to get you more chances to win a LED GPU bracket from us. So make sure to get your entries in. If you missed out on any episodes, go ahead and watch the old episodes, because you can still grab those codes if you go back and watch the older ones. I had a ton of fun today, guys. So just because things next week are getting swapped around doesn't mean that I'm not going to be playing more Outriders. I want to play more Outriders. I want to get to what I'm hearing is the craziness of expeditions. So I think that should be a lot of fun and a nice little change of pace with some of the crazier firefights that this game has to offer. So thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll make sure to see you guys on the next AORUS Plays. Have a nice night.